Welcome in June. I must admit I haven't been recording anything this month, and it is already almost the end of the month and nothing really spectacular was taking place in June, perhaps apart from my trip to Warsaw, where I met with my friend Agata. As I told you in one of my previous videos, we have this tradition of meeting once a year because we live far away from each other, and that was a really nice trip. We had a really good time and we were walking a lot as usual. The weather was so-so. It was a little bit cold and rainy, but we managed. This month I finished reading the book by Liborio Conti, The Creative Gene, and he's talking a lot here in this book about his inspirations. He's a game designer and well, he says about himself that he's a game designer. He's very well known and he has his own independent studio, Kojima Productions, and he's talking about his inspirations, inspired me to tell you about my inspirations. And I'd like to start with the paintings. As you know, I have been painting for 2 years now. I'm not a painter, this is totally amateur creative works, but I was inspired by the person who also paints or painted in the past, I don't know now, and she taught me how to do this. She showed me the pouring technique, she described it to me, and she also bought all the materials that are needed for this kind of painting technique, and she encouraged me to do so, and I am very grateful for that, because since then I never stopped painting. I do not do that frequently, but I still paint. And here you can see my very first painting. I created it I think 2 years ago on the floor of my kitchen, and I liked it so much, you know, the whole process, that I continued doing that. And you know, sometimes you like your work, sometimes you don't, but the very activity of pouring the paint on the canvas is something I really recommend to everyone. Just give it a try. Another person that is very inspiring for me is my friend, who is a huge fan of 80s, and whenever she has a chance, she creates different pieces of clothing and she does it herself, and then she wears them on different occasions. She wears it in parties and some other events, and she's a very active person, and she likes dancing, and she takes part in a variety of events connected with dancing, and she's really good at that. And she always wears this 80s clothes, and she's so much consistent in that. And like, this is all the clothes, the makeup, the whole look, and I really love that. I think that her consistency and her engagement in that is, well, I admire it really, because she's exceptional in that, what she's doing. Her clothes are so much colorful, and you just know straight away that the inspiration is from the 80s, and that makes her, you know, very exceptional person. Me, in turn, I like 90s and you know, fashion, music, films, everything that is connected with the 90s. And I listened a lot to grunge music, Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, and for some time I was wearing grunge clothes, and I think I'm still a little bit of grunge. It never left me in my life. I also listened to Hey, the Polish band, and that was a rock band at that time. Basically, 90s in Poland were much into rock music and grunge music, and many artists were in this trend. And I still like fashion from 90s and music from 90s and everything that is connected to that decade. I also associate 90s with the women having short hair. For example, Dolores from the Cranberries. She was a huge inspiration for me, and whenever I looked at her pictures, I wanted to cut my hair like this, and I did it many times. I had very, very short hair many times in the past. Now I have long hair, and I would not dare to cut my hair that short, I think. But back then, I really liked that, and I liked it when my hair was short. I liked the way I looked because I associated with all these girls that had, this type of hair, and that was also Drew Barrymore in the film. I can't remember the title right now, but I will find it. And also the Polish singer Anita Lipnicka, and Kasia Nosowska from Hey. She also had very, very short hair, like she had different length and different colors. And also I watched the film. Its title is Indian Runner, and it was Patricia Arquette that was starring in this film, and I liked her hair so much. She had also short hair. She was also a huge inspiration for me, and this film is one of my favorite films ever. And the final inspiration I would like to tell you about, you might have noticed that because I've been talking a lot about that in many of my videos. I like Scandinavia and the Scandi style. I like their interior design, the way they live, the language. I may say I'm basically in love with Scandinavia, and I like everything about it. When I was furnishing my apartment, I wanted it to be like all white and empty, and I wanted it to be minimalistic. And when I moved in, I had so few things at home that sometimes, it was like living in a hospital because it was white and empty, and there were almost no items here. And with time, I had more and more things at home. This is like normal that you buy and you do not throw away, so you have many things, but still it was minimalistic. And now, after so many years of living here, I have too much stuff, too many things at home, and it is no longer minimalistic, but I'm still into Scandinavian style and way of living. And I know, because I have read many books about Scandinavia, and I've been to these countries several times, and also I watch series and films that were produced there. So I know that their lifestyle is connected with not having too much, not having too little, and that is basically my idea of good life. I don't like when everything is exaggerated and when there is little space to move, and when there are so many things around me, because it makes me really stressed. So I like space and empty spaces. Yeah, I don't like noise, I don't like clutter, I don't like disorder, I don't like chaos, because in my case it causes anxiety and stress and eventually frustration. So that is definitely not my way of living. Alright, so when it comes to my creativity this month, I wasn't painting, nothing at all. However, I took proper care of my newest painting, and I varnished it and did all these activities that are needed when you finish the painting. You know what I'm talking about. It's been extremely hot this month in Poland, in Wrocław. It's been extremely hot like everywhere in the whole Europe, so nothing unusual. Perhaps a bit unusual in June, but still we have summer, so I don't mind because I like both very high temperatures and very low temperatures. Like I don't like what is in between because I don't know what to wear and whether it is going to be hot or cold. I just don't like this mediocre period. And today is the last day of June. It is my best friend's birthday. So happy birthday, Agata. We've known each other for so many years that I even can't count it. And now we live far away from each other, but we still meet, we talk a lot, like we talk on WhatsApp or over the phone almost every day. So we have this unique contact, and I think it's time to say bye for this month. Take care, drink a lot of water, take care of your animals, especially dogs, and see you in the next month. Bye bye.
Tell me how you feel, is it real? I don't wanna overthink. Is it all for show? I don't know, feeling like I'm on the brink of something beautiful, or maybe terrible. I know I shouldn't ask you to be open with me when I